Yesterday, we hit record lows for the day. I know, it's crazy. Middle of July, and it was 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The low was like 47. I actually had to pull my space heater out. It was so crazy. But today is supposed to be almost 80, and then we're going back up into the 90s. But right now, it's a little gloomy and rainy. I bought a vacuum so I could vacuum my walls. Do you know how weird it is when I tell people that? Like, I need to vacuum my walls. And people are like, what? I bought a little handheld vacuum, so once I get the motivation to get up. Oh my goodness. We're gonna vacuum my walls. Might take a while to, so that's how you release it. It's not, must be dead. Okay. There's only one constant when it comes to the weather in the Black Hills. You never know what you're going to get. This week alone swung from triple-digit heats to chilly mornings in the high 40s. But we've found our rhythm. On the hot days, we're out on the water, chasing shade between strokes. When the breeze is just right, we hit the trails. And when the skies open up, we settle in, grateful for the excuse to slow down. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, I decided it was time to restart my mini garden.
Okay, so I bought some plants, okay? I bought a green bell pepper, a red bell pepper, and a cherry tomato plant. They were all kind of almost dying because it's like the end, like it's July, okay? But the plants now have their best chance of survival that they've lived this long. They're budding, so they're about to start flowering. I feel pretty good that I'll actually be able to have some plants this year, okay? It's been like 4 years in a row that I've tried to have a plant and I killed it every single time. So I am very optimistic.
If you followed my channel for a while, you probably remember my thumb's more black than green. Last year's garden made it all the way to Flagstaff before a surprise freeze wiped everything out. I'd hauled that big black tote for weeks, holding on to hope for a harvest, just to say goodbye to those plants in Arizona. This time, I waited until mid-July. I was determined. I found these 3 solid plants, a cherry tomato, a bell pepper, and thanks to a mix-up, a hot chili plant I thought was another bell pepper. So I guess spicy food's on the menu, whether I planned for it or not. And all I can think of is Lord of the Rings. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Of course, just 2 days after I finally secured my new garden, we hit record low temperatures. Thankfully, it didn't freeze, but it did make me pause and think for a second. Maybe the weather is messing with me.
So, I got some plants. So I'm gonna pot them and hopefully not kill them. Oh, we got some plants. And I know I'm not using the right soil, but you know what? That is what I got. I love it. Okay, let's go inside where it's cool. You ready? All right, we are gonna go find something to do. I have to get gas.
Well, we are definitely almost at Sturgis because I'm at the gas station and we've already put a whole big thing right there. So Sturgis is in just a couple of days. So I'm trying to prepare for the madness by going to the grocery today and getting a bunch of supplies. That way I don't really have to leave my camper except to go to work because it's about to become a complete madhouse here in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. Summer is slipping away faster than I can believe. I blink and it seems like it's almost over.
Just hanging out at the dog park with Pike, waiting for my friend. Woohoo!
During this time, I've had some amazing connections with friends and family coming to visit, and it's made me even more grateful for the time here. Those moments have made me realize how precious life is and how quickly it can change. That truth was brought home sharply when God showed his power in a storm that rolled in with tennis ball-sized hail. I stood back, heart pounding, feeling awe and relief all at once. It was intense, like God was unleashing his might. But from where I stood, I knew we got lucky. I kept thanking him that we weren't in its path and that it didn't come any closer. It was a stark reminder of his power, how he commands the wind and the storms, and that this was just a glimpse of his greatness. God isn't just behind nature's awe. He's its source and sovereign Lord.
It is so humid. I feel like I'm back on the AT in Maryland, Memorial Day weekend, doing that section hike of that state. And it was so daggone humid and just sticky. Whew. Yeah, I'm a dry heat kind of girl. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But it's still beautiful. Oh man, everything's sticky. Got another little baby right there. Got a couple more tomatoes coming. All right, guys, I gotta talk to you. Let's sit down and talk. I finally, after 2.5 years of seeking a job and doing seasonal work to try to make ends meet, because I have this massive car payment that I got when I had a corporate job and I could afford it. And it is by his grace that I've continued to make these payments. Have a job. I have a year-round, full-time, full benefits with retirement job that allows me to still do what I love, to travel, live in my casita, and do the things. And I am somewhat still in shock by this whole chain of events because it's been an emotional whirlwind. And I can start to transition out of this survival mentality that I've been in for so long. You guys, I get to incorporate my leadership background in this new role. I get to inspire, coach, motivate, lead, and make executive decisions. I get to be creative with my approach and my style. I get to work hand in hand with the uppers. And I'm just really excited about this next step and this sense of stability that is coming over my life. And I know it's going to take some time for my body to kind of come out of this shock system because I have been in survival mode for so long. And I'm just really grateful and thankful to the Lord for providing this opportunity because I have been on my knees praying so hard for these last 2.5 years. And it's coming to this next phase. And I'm so excited. I think Pike knows that we're about to get him a pup cup. He's just a whining. Oh my gosh. And you're getting them whipped cream stash. Oh, happy day. Well, y'all, I had plans of going to Colorado this weekend because I've got a 3-day weekend off of work. But with just like a lot of the things behind the scenes and then waking up this morning, not having slept and having a really bad headache, I kind of just decided not to. The headache is getting better. I took some ibuprofen, put some Biofreeze on my neck, and I'm drinking a coffee, and that is helping, but I'm just not really all that motivated to drive 7 hours away right now. I mean, I know I'm probably gonna regret it, but I just don't know what I want to do today. I'm feeling a little bit in like this rut of like lack of creativity and inspiration where I'm just not really feeling like doing anything. It's supposed to be hot every day. And next week starts the rally, so I kind of don't want to be out and about next week. So I just want to kind of go do something this week. But you know, if I'm staying home, I might just go out tomorrow. I don't know. The weather is supposed to be like 95 degrees every single day that I'm off. So I
thought about like taking the camper out. I just don't feel like being hot and miserable, especially when I don't feel that great. So I don't know. We'll get into something and we'll figure it out together. I just don't know what I want to do. So let's go figure that out. Well, I decided to come back to the camper because I just wasn't really feeling like doing anything. I really want queso from like a good Mexican restaurant, and there is one in Rapid that I know of that has pretty good queso. My mom and I went to it. I think we might do that for dinner tonight. I actually had a trail in mind. I mapped it and I was on my way. And I said, you know what? I want to play video games today. So I think I'm gonna go play video games.
Where are you going? You gonna stay on the floor, baby? Okay.
Y'all, I've been dreading making this little clip here because I just don't really know what I'm trying to say. And I've redone this video probably 7 times now, and I'm kind of just like, just say it already. But it's been 3 weeks since the last clip on this video, and I haven't filmed, I haven't done anything, I haven't been motivated, and I've been extremely busy. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I was offered a full-time year-round job with the company that I've been working with. And I'm so excited about this. And I officially am in my 3rd week of the job, and I'm so tired. But here's the thing. We just went through Sturgis, and that completely took over the Black Hills, and that is not my scene. I don't like crowds. I don't like a lot of busy roads. I'm not a big fan of that. So for the last 2 weeks or so, 2.5 probably, I've kind of just stayed in the camper and just like played video games and turned into a complete blob on my time off. I feel like I'm finally coming out of this little hump, and it is so exciting that I even felt the motivation to pull up the camera and talk to you guys. So this is awesome. So I do have something really big where I'm going to be leaving the state with the Casita and doing a huge thing. And I'm so excited. And then in October, I am leaving the Black Hills. Yeah, I'm in shock that the season's almost over, and while I'm doing a year-round job and I still have to work, I get to work remotely for the most part during the off season, and I still have to come back to the hills occasionally throughout the winter, but it's allowing me the opportunity to go visit friends, go to Colorado, go to Arizona, go to California, see my family, and get back out there and do what I love. And I'm gonna be getting back into all of the fun content, hopefully next week, because I'll have my 3 days off that I can go do something. And the weather is starting to turn, which is great because, man, it has been so hot. I don't know that this guy's gonna make it. I don't think it's, I don't know, they're supposed to go red, and it's just not looking good. It looks sick. But I've got this guy, and then this guy, and he didn't make it. Okay. My first harvest. But I've got some flowers. So I'll have some more soon. I probably need to like help it stand up. And I just watered it and it's already kind of dry. And then I thought these were supposed to turn red, but I don't know. Might have some little flowers coming.